Let's see how it goes. Zeus will be alone towards the B-bomb site early, and karrigan will be the harassment man over there, while Faze are spread all around the A site.
Yeah, it's a slow start, and that's fair enough. It's usually good to take that approach just to make sure you don't get caught with your pants around your ankles, unawares to any aggression. However, there is none to be had. Both teams playing it slow. The 2 players towards PopDog is really nice because there is a problem once the T's get out and can sort of connect all together from the various choke points. So if you stop one of the choke points, you can kind of stagger that and the split won't be as effective. And that's a really nice start for flamie over by the alley, and Rain as well going down to electronics. So this is working out wonderfully for NaVi. Faze have not been able to push and close the distance as a unit so far. It's all NaVi in the pistol round at the moment.
Edward stolen a P250 in the PopDog. In the meantime, Zeus picking off olofmeister one by one. Faze are dropping, and there goes the bomb. 45 seconds for Guardian, only 1 second required for Simple to shoot him in the face. NaVi, that's the start they needed. Is this enough to give them a solid CT half? Very early days indeed, and of course Faze Clan are a powerful team, and they will go for the force buy. The team on the T side. Guardian sitting on 1850, hasn't bought anything yet. Obviously, normally in this situation, we see him save at least around 1250 for his AWP to come. So he will have no investment. I think someone's thrown him a CZ75, and there will be 4 deagles in tow. I know he's bought CZ75. Okay, here we go.
I like this from Electronic as well, pushing up very quickly towards the PopDog, but the main push coming towards the alley will not go too well here for NaVi. They are losing absolutely everyone with nothing to answer for it. Zeus now in a really weird position where perhaps he's thinking about just getting some damage in, getting some money, because his team has no guns, and so saving the UMP probably won't be a massive deal, and he can stand to make some cash with it. And Faze, I mean, they've picked up 2 M4s, they've got 3 players still left with pistols. They're definitely going to go and try and kill Zeus, and there's 1 frag. He's now been discovered. You understand he's at CT. How long can he stay alive? But really, for the rest of the NaVi players at the moment who are just watching Zeus, they're thinking, how the hell did this happen?
Guardian was the only man without Kevlar in that round, still only on the CZ, so basically sent him out as a scout to find out where Zeus was, and now the rest can wrap him and try to take him down. He'll make some money in the meantime, though. So at least there is that, but this round serves as a good reminder for NaVi. By the way, you are playing against Faze Clan, and there are many rounds to come.
Yeah, I mean, when you get 1 deed like this, it's just, I mean, what can you do? Sometimes you get 1 deed, and you just have to forget about it. There's oftentimes, unless, you know, maybe if you overextended or something like that, you made a mistake positionally, sure, but sometimes someone picks a pixel angle, maximum distance with a deagle, and just kills you, and there's nothing you can do. So 1-1, it's worst case has happened. NaVi will respond by force buying, actually Simple leaving a small amount of money in the bank, they're about $1,000, but everybody else spending everything. So he's going to set himself up for an AWP when they eventually can afford the full buy. But for now, it's about getting some damage in and slowing down Faze's progress from the economy standpoint, as well as perhaps building some money of their own, and maybe they can even steal away a gun. That's another potential objective as the round comes to a close. I like this from Faze. Trying slowly but surely to clear out alley. This will give them a little control towards the yard. That will start to unlock the T-main and PopDog positions as we start to see Faze spill into the A yard.
Only Electronic has made his way in, and he does not have much to offer. Simple on a scout, taking damage elsewhere. What did NaVi do in this situation? I don't know if there is much more to get out of trying to enter the A site, and they don't look to do that, it seems. At best, they may try to play for exits. Zeus, though, has made a lot of noise in this position, so Rain will know that this area is compromised. Guardian is on the T side of Ivy, so there is an exit strategy for Faze post-plant, and Niko's slowly creeping through main, so that's where we can expect these Ts to move. You don't really want to hunt in this situation on your own, where you have an AK and you know your opponent has a pistol. You have a lot more to lose than they have. So better to just save and let them be, let them have what they have. There we go. Faze now with the consecutive round. But again, NaVi still have a fair amount of equipment to work with for this round, all things considered.
Is it me, or is train a much more overcast than it used to be? I feel like it's darker, like the sky is darker than it used to be. I don't know if that's just me. or what that is.
I don't know.
Interesting. Either way, could use some more sunshine, but NaVi, they could use some more guns and money. That'll be another round away for them, as we can see. Simple on the scout. And teammates on some pistols. They do have Kevlar and armor, or sorry, and helmets. For some reason I want to say head armor sometimes, I don't know why. I feel like Vendetta's instilled all these weird habits. At least I'm not saying head Kevlar, but that's no one should ever say that.
Simple in the heaven position, gonna tag Rain down to 2 HP, manages to escape the ladder. But Guardian will pick off players elsewhere. Look at those beautiful Molotovs flying in. It's nowhere safe. Simple climbs to his doom. Guardian, the garden hose, finishing off the rest of the weeds. And on we go to the buy round. Let's see what NaVi have to offer. Niko with $7,000 to start things off on the Faze clan side. Life is good for Faze.
These rounds are always fun from the T perspective because, you know, Faze could decide to just run a really, really fast round. Because when you finally get the buy as a CT, you're like, all right, we want to play a long, drawn-out round. We want to control the choke points. We want to gain some map control. We want to get some picks. We want to use our utility. And sometimes it can be very disruptive to play a very fast contact round, and a lot of teams favor that in this kind of a situation. We'll have to see what Faze's call is here. They're looking like they just want some basic map control, as we see Rain being the lead into the halls. Secret area around the upper B. And there was a spot from Zeus, but he knows that that doesn't really mean too much. It could just be the default. However, Rain might just try to walk out here, which would be quite effective, although Simple could be watching this. There's a flashbang. Oh, they're running into the site. This could get very scary, but Zeus able to get one. And there's another one for Zeus as well. Holding pretty strong, but the trays are coming in, and karrigan looking to control the connector. And this is looking very weird. Just electronic left.
Horrible choke point for him to deal with, looking for a flank. And he's right, because Niko is looking for him, assuming he's saving. And Niko will shoot him in the jaw. So that's the end of NaVi. Once Zeus spotted the player on the upper ground, a few seconds later, Simple rotated towards connector. He was playing the connector position, but into B with the AWP. However, the flashbangs appeared to be perfect. Rain with good timing on the high ground. And then there were, I think, 3 fights around that connector position. Ultimately, Faze prevailed 4-1. And NaVi used their first of 4 tactical timeouts.
Yeah, this is worst case, isn't it? Faze could really set themselves up to have quite the massive T side here. NaVi in a really bad spot. That is really cool, isn't it, to see that contact play, but just with the, as you say, that perfect flashbang to deal with the biggest problem, which is Simple. And I'm sure, you know, this is something the Faze have discussed. And when we run this contact play, and, you know, that player that rotates after we get spotted into Z connectors, likely going to be the AWPer playing from connector. Flashbang for that, then we don't have really any problems. We can use our numbers and we can maintain advantages to win the round. So really cool that they understand exactly how they affect rotations, how they then deal with those rotations, and get the round win from it. So good basics so far from Faze. NaVi must be frustrated.
Yeah, not the start they wanted. So maybe it won't be such a bad pick for Faze after all. Maybe Faze too strong, but still very early indeed. Cannot read too much into this. flamie looking to get close towards main with his pistol. No more flashes on NaVi. Zeus has 1 smoke grenade. Other than that, there's not much going on, just guns, and they may start to dwindle. Simple the first to fall. flamie still in the middle of the site, but he is surrounded. Now Zeus will do what he can. Just the 1 kill for him though, so some impact to the Faze economy, but they will not be too concerned. It's NaVi with the money issues at the moment.
It's cool to note, too, the decisions from Faze. They obviously know that they're against the pistols. They know that they just beat the buy rounds and that NaVi have a weak economy. And they ran the same anti-eco, anti-force buy type round that we saw from them previously, which is to have 3 to 2 players around the alley position, just pushing it slowly but surely. And once they are certain that the alley position's opened up, they have that vantage point into the A site. And this gives them a true split. And they can almost guarantee themselves that alley control and that vision onto the site with their utility usage. And then you have a spot where, okay, now Faze are really free to come out of team main and pop dog. And if those players do die, at least there's the backstab. The trade is coming in from alley. So it's really nicely set up. And a lot of teams actually don't have the alley part of that. And without it, they get screwed.
Double snipers now being wielded by the CT side. Will that be enough to make the difference? Zeus, once again, as usual, as is common on the CT side, will start towards B alone. Early flashes from the T's to ward him off any angles, deny him information, and he is forced back. Meanwhile on A, flamie towards Ivy with a sniper rifle. Simple playing around the bomb site, but also moving into connector. Edward with a forward aggression, but there are more people to find, and he has to be afraid of Pop Dog. There's a smoke down there at the moment, but it won't be there forever. Edward picked off very close to main indeed. So that removes some eyes, and with that pick, olofmeister trying to run distraction, throwing some grenades towards Ivy. There's a smoke down which will draw flamie in that direction, but now olofmeister's rotating as well.
Yeah, just playing with NaVi's rotations pretty effectively this game. I'll have to see if that's sort of push of flamie in towards the alley position after, you know, a threat was put there by olofmeister is going to be key here, because we can see that Zeus is just alone at the moment on that B bomb site, and Faze are about to walk in. They're going to try to just walk up her, and we can see karrigan is going to really try to delay the rotation by throwing an additional smoke in towards the A side. But NaVi have rotated an extra man, but Simple, no, he's going back now. It's just Zeus alone, and he'll go down. Simple is in such a horrible position. Oh, it still hits the shot, though, but he is traded out pretty fast.
Electronic leaving B, flamie going into B. What is the play here? What are they trying to do? Okay, looks like they're going to save in CT spawn. Was wondering about the comms in that situation. And it seems that NaVi are the fiddle that Faze is playing at the moment. The smoke through the window as it was thrown. Simple making his way towards B. As it lands, Simple making his way towards A. Zeus alone, isolated, exploited. 6-1, no answer yet from NaVi. You saw the scoreboard there for a brief second. flamie and electronic, 2 people alive, 1 kill each. Edward and Simple, just 2 kills each. Zeus, 8, but 8 isn't enough for more than 1 round.
Right now, Faze, everything they're doing is really just panning out. Their plans are working effectively. Again, effectively toying with rotation. We saw that this was an example where NaVi had enough element of doubt, sort of renewed doubt, that was that Edward smoke, Edward, not Edward smoke, but karrigan smoke as they were going in towards the B push. Just a quick reminder, hey guys, it could still be A. NaVi Simple, he's thinking, okay, I don't know which one it is. I don't know which position I should take. And of course, he's out of position when the push comes in and Zeus goes down for free. Again, just very simple stuff from Faze, but they're doing those fundamentals so effectively at the moment. And backing it up with all their skill, it's looking really good for them at the moment. This really might turn out to be an absolutely awful half here for NaVi so far. They've not really shown us any signs of life.
Again, for those of you at home, if you are interested in receiving one of these boxes that are being dropped during the match, make sure your Twitch account is connected to your Steam account, and then you will be eligible for the Dropperinos. flamie with the saved AWP looking towards the connector position, but these players will know that the TTs get to that angle before the Ts do. Meanwhile, fast action towards B, but no one's going to charge into a bomb site just yet. Simple is in B, electronic around the pop. You see him there with his AK. Edward's on the CZ around Ivy. Again, olofmeister making a nuisance of himself and moving away.
One of the big problems here as well is that we're seeing that NaVi are trying to make some adjustments in their buy rounds, where we see, this aggression from Edward, I believe it is, towards the T main position, trying to get frags, trying to just make things a bit harder for Faze. But again, the aggressions you can take on train are somewhat limited in comparison with some other maps, and it hasn't quite been working out for them, as maybe you'd like Edward to fall back after these picks, but usually Faze are very good at trading out the frag, and they usually put it to that 4v4, so NaVi's aggressions, they need to be a bit more efficient with the way that they do it, but I think that is what they need to keep doing.
Maybe because of the previous rounds, where the late push into B has come in, flamie is deep towards B with the AWP. Electronic has to do a lot here. He anticipates karrigan, but he still flies out of nowhere. karrigan almost shooting his teammate there, but they're all still alive. 3 men left for Faze, planting the bomb at the 30-second mark. Edward's on the flank now towards main, and Niko may not expect this. flamie will take him down before he can get into position, and now there are big problems here for Faze. Nice 1 dig from Simple, and perhaps this is a round that NaVi can steal away. karrigan's got 2 HP, almost to 180, but can't quite get it done. flamie retains the AWP, and Edward maybe looking for some more toys. flamie will delay the defuse. This is good for NaVi, but again, this is also the best round for Faze to lose, because it resets the loss bonus for NaVi, and if they reset them immediately, we're looking at a 10-1 scoreline. 10-2 rather.
But as you say, you know, it is nice insofar as NaVi can pick up an additional AWP after, you know, saving the one that they already had. They already have some money in the bank, so they are going to go into this round with some level of security should they lose it at the very least, you know, even if they are reset. So there is something, there's some glimmer of hope there in that perspective for NaVi. And we'll have to see, you know, how the approach changes with the double AWP. Maybe that will sort of suggest to them that they shouldn't go for the aggression, which I think is needed against Faze. We saw it, you know, with Vega. Very effective.
Such aggressive angles, positions in main. And you see him getting aggressive again. Niko knows he's going to be pushed. He tries to face it before they get into position. Doesn't work though. Electronic will prevail. There's Guardian dropped off. Now olofmeister may have to rotate to pick up the bomb towards main. Simple delivering a very close AWP shot towards B. So this is a very nice round for NaVi indeed.
Yeah, this is really cool, actually. Even though Faze have sort of died in every attempt to make a frag, I like sort of the thought behind it. They're saying, okay, NaVi's getting aggressive. Their setups might be out of position. Let's just push everything, see what happens, see if we can get a pick somewhere. Hasn't worked out. Range is actually creating some potential opportunity here and getting a frag. It's still a 2v4, though. They do have a minute on the clock to play off of, and some positioning as well. And olofmeister, the pick off Simple, but surely he will not anticipate this push. Clock is out, and Zeus will have that for free, and that's the bomb and the round thanks to flamie. As now NaVi put themselves to 3, but still against the 6. It will be a tough recovery, but they look poised to do so.
Tough shot for Simple, but who better than Simple to get a shot like that? But they need more of them. We know he's good for them, but we need the team to deliver as well. Half the score now of Faze, who still have money to get one more full buy. And as they lose, their loss bonus rises. Simple and flamie on the sniper rifles once more. Simple in the connector position, flamie towards IV. But this time NaVi are not so aggressive around Pop Dog and main. Maybe expecting a response from Faze, and here is the response. A quick charge into A.
Yeah, it's just straight out into the yard, able to combine forces here to look for the engagements. olofmeister with a spot onto Electronic, but he falls back, sensibly so, as the push starts to come in. He can't take an engagement, but his teammates fall like flies around him as the Faze presence is all-encompassing on the A side. Electronic making a dash straight through the middle, though, able to get the frags and stop the bomb from going down, and puts Zeus in a 1v2. But at least that bomb is not ticking. Zeus has time now to try to work this out, but it will be tough. But still, the bomb needs to be collected and needs to be planted, and perhaps Zeus can use that to his advantage. But now he's been spotted, and he will be swatted as well. Rain with a frag, and an explosive round from Faze is all that's needed to stop NaVi in their tracks.
Well, that round was pretty violent. Kills raining in. And see what the money looks like. Both teams on the buy once more. Faze clan slightly extending their lead. But that was very expensive, so you see there's not much cash left in the bank, especially for NaVi. Simple will be the lone AWPer in this round. It's unfortunate for NaVi. They anticipated a response to their CT aggression, fell back a bit, but it still didn't work out for them. Edward and Electronic around the site, and it seems Faze looking for a fast play once more. Rain charging in with the bomb, but this time they get taken down. Edward with a 2K, picked off by olofmeister. olofmeister is doing more. If you're watching him on GoTV, you're having a good time right now. 3 versus 2, spray down to flamie, leaving Zeus alone. They know he's a B player. They know he's coming from the B bomb site. They've got the choke point smoked off. It's not going to be easy for Zeus in this situation. Bomb planted on the T side of the bomb site. Olof Guardian, karrigan holding all the angles. He's spotting one player, but he's been seen as well. Facing 2 at the same time, trying to reposition, manages to get the 1 versus 1. Just about got time to reload. He knows where 1 is, doesn't know where the other one is. He's got to be careful. Time is of the essence. He doesn't have a defuse kit. He's got to go quickly. Offering the plant, running forwards. That's great from Zeus. Spray transfer almost perfect. He's flying at olofmeister without even realizing it. olofmeister survives with 4 HP.
1 HP for every kill that he got in the round. Vintage olofmeister. Some of you watching will remember the days when olofmeister was known to just win games of train on the T side all by himself, just pushing into the yard. In fact, obviously that position by the blue train out of T main is known as olofmeister for a reason. And it's because it's his ruthless aggression earned himself a name on this map. And to see a return to that is marvelous. 8-3 is an intimidating scoreline for NaVi to be looking at, but they won't be thinking about it. They're looking at it from a round-to-round perspective, although it's not a particularly fun round to play. They've only got pistols and no Kevlars, really. No helmets. Rain is going to make some cash.
I have to say, it was a great anticipation after Zeus's last kill in that round to transfer to where olofmeister was, but he was just around the corner. Had no idea. That was so crazy. It must have been panic for olofmeister as well. Zeus flying around the corner in that situation.
He's definitely very fortunate. There's no doubt about it. I thought Zeus had it.
And it's Zeus and Electronic left to try and pick up a gun. Anything they can. Looking at 9-3. Really difficult CT side when you ain't got no money, when you got no loss bonus, so on and so forth. It's hard, but you need to give yourself enough rounds to mount the comeback in the second half. 9-6 is still possible, unlikely though. I think we should be aiming for 5 rounds, let's say, at this point.
Yeah, it's really tough. It's really, really tough. Usually you can get quite a bit of momentum on that CT side when you can get the money in, but just as you say, you know, they've just never really, Faze have just been able to pull out the right strategy at the right time to prevent that from ever happening. And let's see what they've got in the bag this time. Going close to Pop Dog there with Edwards. Again, this is a very tricky predicament as far as the metagame is concerned. We see people, you know, there's flashes for it, the double mollies, there's the dropping with 2 players boosted on each other. There's all kinds of ways to deal with that. Looks like it could be a fast round into B, though, for Faze.
Indeed, it will be. Simple's making his way through the smoke. Zeus is in a lot of trouble, and now he's in a lot of dead. There goes Simple as well. Flamie going through the smoke at the back. Maybe he's been hurt. Rain's got the angle, though, and he's got the aim. More headshots for Rain. So it's very common on a CT side that you start with 1 person in B, and every T side knows that as well. It's not always easy to charge into B knowing there's only going to be 1 person there, but Faze are making it look easy with these executes.
This is one of those rounds where you look at the way that it goes and you're like, yep, Faze is going to win this game. Just a level of confidence from olofmeister and Rain. Obviously, we see them dominating the scoreboard. 15 frags for Rain, 12 frags for olofmeister, and 10 for Niko. That is a really scary proposition that those players are so confident on the aggression, because the consistency is really paying off in this one. I mean, this was a buy round from NaVi, but they were just melted by Faze's aggression into B. Oh man, it must be feel very hard to bounce back from that.
You can see Zeus's face, like, what can you do? Sometimes they're going to rush B, and it's going to be like a 4 or 5 versus 1. They were, I think Edward and Electronic were in Pop Dog, but they can hear all the running. But it's such a risk for them to run up the ladder and try and chase behind them, because you have to assume someone's just standing there holding an angle, right? So you almost feel helpless at that point. But again, they're willing to continue the same setup. The aggression doesn't quite work out though from NaVi, which I think Dan was about to say.
Yeah, no, I just like that Edward was doing the backwards running, underhanded pop flash.
Zeus is on the flank in the meantime, making his way through Pop Dog, but his whole team are unfortunately dead. So I like that NaVi will still insist on putting 4 people in A and just Zeus in B. They will not be conditioned by the success of Faze, which is good. However, still not working out for them, as we've seen.
Yeah, that's something I've been meaning to try out more as well, like the running back, like for a self pop flash, running backwards and like looking just straight up and doing the underhanded throw.
Yeah, there's one looking straight up on the T side, obviously, towards the ramp of B to stop people holding the angle there. But that's about the only one I use at the moment that I can think of anyway. Another fast play from Faze. They're just looking to break NaVi mentally, physically. But Zeus now has abandoned the B-bomb site. He's over towards Pop Dog. Ivy, sorry. Flamie can't get the fast shot. Anarchy still favoring Faze. High ground for one of these 2 NaVi players that remain. Have they been heard, though?
Simple, that's a good start, but the 2 players left to deal with. It's Rain and olofmeister. They've been on form, and they continue in such fashion for a 12-3 finish to the half. Faze are looking so damn good.
That was like watching a round on fast forward.
Rain has 20 kills, James. He's 20 for 10. That is brutal aggression from Rain. Rain is a player that can pretty much do everything with a rifle as well. He can entry, he can lurk, you know, he can just do it all.
That's why he's number 4. He's number 4 player this year, last year rather.
He is absolutely deserving of any accolades that he receives. And it's going to be tough for NaVi to bounce back. Obviously, it goes without saying that the pistol round is a must for NaVi to have a chance in this one. However, we did see, of course, you know, Vega, you know, have a similar start. Oh, sorry, it was against G2 that they had a similar sort of start. They were down 12-3 and they managed to grind their way back. It was Overpass though, and I feel like on a map like Overpass there are more options. But we'll have to see if NaVi can find something, some light in this very, very dark place in which they currently find themselves.
Simple and Zeus have picked up the P250s and a flash and smoke grenade each. Let's see how they choose to use them. Simple keeping an eye on an Ivy push for the time being, maybe offering a smoke grenade into A later on perhaps. NaVi clearing the upper B area, but all they commit. The bomb's on the high ground as well. Edward isn't carrying the bomb, so not sure if it was spotted on Electronic. I don't know how far he went, but that bullet to the face is not a nice one. Some harassment towards Pop, and NaVi have actually completely abandoned the B area. Maybe trying to draw a third person over there, but it's 2 CTs near Pop. That will be the reaction.
This could be where the round is decided already. So heavy advantage, Rain and Niko. That's not the welcoming committee that you want in this situation if you're NaVi. Zeus able to get a trade back, the reload, and escapes up the ladder, but has to go back down here. He's got players, in fact, olofmeister coming from behind. And now it's just Simple. The one, the only. There's a kill. It's only 2 more to find. This is absolutely doable for the man.
See how he repositions himself, so he only gets a 1v1. Simple! Oh my god, the re-picks olofmeister crouches, and that's enough to win that duel. Crikey, Simple looking good as always.
Oh my god.
Edward only had 2 HP, so they purposely threw him down first, but he was the briefest of distractions because a shot anywhere, and he's dead. And that's how the story was told. 13-3. Force buy from NaVi. The force buy will be 2 Deagles and 3 CZ75s, along with 3 flashbangs. See how they begin this round. Karrigan and Niko towards the Ivy position. They've got 3 Ts coming in their direction, but early smokes will deter any fast action. Karrigan well positioned to deal with that with the UMP, and Rain with that fast fire rate of the MP9, he'll have a field day as well. But Karrigan's gone down, done damage though. He's maimed these players, and it will be an easy cleanup for Niko. Surely the spray continues, spreads the jam all over the bread, and it'll be consumed quickly indeed.
Delicious. Faze are looking in full swing of things. A very quick game so far. NaVi not really, not a peep from them. And I don't think that that's, like, they are in a situation where Faze haven't given them an opportunity to actually get into the game. Like, Faze have not really made any mistakes here. They've played a very, very good fundamentals, and they've backed it up with incredible skill. And that's, of course, why Faze are so dangerous. They don't need to do stuff, anything that's special. And NaVi they need to elevate themselves to this level, and somehow, I don't know how it's going to happen, but they are running out of time. Obviously, we see the fact that they are just going for the force buys. They have no choice. Faze are so close to winning the game, and they don't have enough time to really rack up enough money, so he's so far behind, just gets the rounds, no matter the disadvantage. And oh, that's a good start. Flamie gets a pick into the yard. Maybe this is the building blocks of something for NaVi.
Maybe it's the building blocks of some Lego, which will be smashed by the childish hands of Faze, who do not feel like playing today. Edward, Simple, Electronic remain. The bomb is still in their possession. 2 flashes and a smoke as well. Simple creeping up A, and he may have found a hole in the defenses. Even in that gap, if he doesn't fire the shot, the information may be enough, but he has to assume someone is around Ivy, so he has to be very careful indeed. A second shot's good enough. Meat shots from Simple, but that's all he will do this round. Karrigan catching Electronic off guard, and that leaves nowhere for the bomb to get planted. Edward left in a tough spot, and there we are. Many match points for Faze.
feel like we just sat down to cast, James, and the game's almost over. Absolutely nuts performance so far from the likes of Faze. I think I was trying to say Rain and Faze at the same time. Words are hard. And it is hard also to defeat Faze today, it seems. As we'll have to look now towards the AKs of NaVi on the T side. This is the first time we're really going to see any real guns from them, but it won't be a full set of AKs, only two, Simple and Zeus. With the great responsibility of the most powerful weapons on the team. Quick pop flash there for Electronic to get himself into position. But look at how Faze are playing this very passively now. They want NaVi to come in through these choke points. They want to use their advantages because they have better guns from the range game.
I think flamie should have an AK.
I agree. Or
no,
Electronic.
No offense. And flamie standing next to Zeus. Swap those weapons out. flamie creeping up as Zeus opens fire with the AK-47. Edward and Electronic with the flashbangs. What can be done? Slowly playing for picks, NaVi at this point. And a split of the A site, and there we go. Stereo frags around Ivy. They've got to move fast.
This is perfect. Faze were trying to set up a flash play, but they were beaten to the chase. But now we got Rain, the monster, sitting around the A-bomb train. He's got Guardian to play off of, although he'll be executed by Zeus on top of the train. But Rain is not done just yet as olofmeister comes in for the flank. He's going to get taken down in a surprising fashion. It's now his only Rain, and it looks like he will not be able to continue the dominance. And finally, NaVi gets something for themselves in this match, but how long is it going to last? Because there's still, at the very least, a buy from Faze. If they want it, they could just decide to just full eco. I mean, they're in a position where they've got a massive advantage, and waiting for a full buy is absolutely acceptable.
Yeah, they'll be facing essentially the same situation as they are now in terms of what NaVi have, so you might as well, you may as well. Please proceed to eco. Rain and olofmeister, though, with Desert Eagles, and Faze are ever dangerous, no matter what weapons are equipped. 4 players in the A site. Somewhat of a traditional setup, although there's a lot of movement from the CT side looking for entries. Rain firing warning shots above Pop Dog through that wooden panel. Seen Niko land some nice shots there before, and there we are. Rain off to a very good start, and that's a weapon collected by the CTs immediately, and there's no response from NaVi yet.
I would love karrigan to just give it to Niko, who's standing next to him, but Niko will die, so never mind. karrigan will have to be the one carrying the gold bullion. That is the AK in this round. karrigan, very well done. Takes down flamie. Oh, the taps come in. Is it? Maybe it is Niko. Who knows? It's starting off very well here for Faze. Now just down to 2 players. The worst has happened. Disaster, catastrophe has struck the NaVi side now as Edward and Simple are the 2 players left. And sure, these guys don't have any Kevlar, but they have all the numbers, and olofmeister has the flank. Now it's just down to Simple, the star of the team, trying to do it all. 2 quick frags for him, 40 seconds to play with. But there's still so much risk here against 2 AKs now.
6 bullets. Tagged on the ladder, 15 HP. Using the smoke to create space. He has some time. olofmeister slowly making his way towards connector. Simple. If he makes a play towards B, it's got to be in the next 3 to 4 seconds. But he's creeping towards A. Surely no side is safe to plant the bomb. And he's going the wrong way. He's going straight into olofmeister, always lurking. And that is going to be the end of that. A brief match on train. Faze Hulk smashing NaVi 16-4. Dominance from start to finish.
Yeah, it's such an impressive performance, and it really goes to show, you know, if you have the fundamentals on lock and you're having a good day for your star players, well, you're an incredibly tough team to beat. The fundamentals can carry you very, very far in NaVi. Never looked in it. And the other thing too is just to credit, you know, the calling, the shot calling from Faze on their first half. They managed to always be calling the right rounds to break NaVi and to play with their rotations in the perfect way, and then to exploit them to always have advantages, not only on skill, but on execution of the rounds.